Everybody. Dr. Glidden Insiders, team Glidden longevity members all around the world, and your guests. Thank you so much for finding the time to spend with Longevity Nation worldwide this evening to discuss a very, very important topic, fibromyalgia. We're going to be joined momentarily by Dr. Joel Wallach, who literally wrote the book on fibromyalgia. But before we go there, let me set the stage, shall we? So let us begin. Now, perspective is important for many different things. We need perspective as we move forward in life. So I'm going to lay the groundwork here for what we're going to talk about tonight, and then I'm going to bring Dr. Wallach in, okay? So Benjamin Rush, one of the signers of the Declaration of Independence, would be spinning in his grave if he saw the status quo of medicine in the world right now, because here's what Dr. Benjamin Rush said over 200 years ago. Unless we put medical freedom into the Constitution, the time will come when medicine will organize itself into a dictatorship. To restrict the art of healing to one class of men and women and deny equal privileges to others will constitute the Bastille of medical science. All such laws are un-American, un-Canadian, un-European, and illegal. Despotic. Not illegal, regretfully, despotic. Well, that's exactly what's happened in the free world since the early 1900s. The MDs have legislated themselves into first place. They did this through the agency of the Rockefeller Foundation, the Carnegie Institute, Abraham Flexner, and Andrew Carnegie. Before the 1900s, before the Flexner Report and the influence of Carnegie and Rockefeller medicine on the delivery of medicine in the free world, there was a relatively level playing field of medical practitioners all around the world. You had the osteopaths, the homeopaths, the naturopaths, the chiropractors, the herbalists, and so forth. All of these people were on the same playing field, and nobody had the upper hand until the Carnegies and the Rockefellers started getting involved. And after something called the Flexner Report, everything changed. After the Flexner Report in the early 1900s, the balance of power shifted dramatically all around the world in favor of the MDs. Now, most people, having no understanding at all of the genesis of medicine, of how medicine has evolved in the world, incorrectly believe that the MDs are in the first place. The MDs are in the driver's seat of medicine because their therapeutics are better. Their therapeutics are more scientific. Their therapeutics are safer. Their therapeutics are more affordable. Their therapeutics are more effective than everybody else. This is incorrect. The MDs are in the driver's seat of medicine because of drug money, because of pharmaceutical money and political power that took place almost 100 years ago, which regretfully they don't teach you about in school anymore. Now, medical doctors, bless their hearts, do not own medical science. They only own one piece of the pie of medical science. They're trained in one piece of the pie of medical science. And that piece of the pie is referred to as allopathic reductionism. I'm trained in naturopathic holism. Medicine can basically be divided into two camps, you know, much like politics, right? In the United States, we've got the Republicans and the Democrats. In the United Kingdom, you've got the conservatives and the liberals, right? Well, in the wonderful world of medical science, you have the reductionists and the holists. And the MDs are trained in reductionistic medicine. Everybody else, the chiropractors, the homeopaths, the naturopaths, the herbalists, the acupuncturists, Ayurvedic practitioners, everybody else in the world is trained in a holistic methodology. The only people trained in a reductionistic methodology are the MDs, and this is a very important piece to understand. Now, bear with me. I understand this is a fibromyalgia webinar, but we need to understand a few of the basics before we get into the meat and potatoes. Reductionism which is the philosophy that your MD is trained in, argues that the human body is basically a machine made of parts, that your body is an evolutionary accident, that your body is a coincidental combination of biochemicals that started in a Jurassic Park swamp millions of years ago and evolved into what you are. Reductionism argues that the human body does not know how to fix itself, that there is no inherent intelligence in the body. This is why your medical doctor is not trained to be concerned with the causative factors of disease. They're only trained in how to manage the disease process with drugs or surgery. Now, I need everybody to think long and hard about that. Your medical doctor, bless their hearts, they might be the nicest people in the world, but they're trained in a system of medicine that is not concerned, in large part, with the pathogenesis of disease. They don't care, because reductionism argues that the body does not have the ability to fix itself, and that once you're sick, well, you're in trouble. And your only option, according to reductionism, is to let the MD orchestrate a hostile takeover of the metabolism of your body with drugs or surgery. So, does the MD cure heartburn? No. They manage it with Prilosec. Do they cure blood pressure? No. They manage it with blood pressure meds. Do they cure anything? No, they do not. They manage everything with drugs and surgery. This is a very important distinction to understand. This is how your MD is trained. And honestly, MD-directed therapeutics, because of their reductionistic philosophy, are best suited for trauma, surgery, and a handful of infectious diseases. This is the domain of allopathic reductionism. But for everything else, for most of the things that most people visit the doctor for, arthritis, high blood pressure, irritability, insomnia, lack of energy, fibromyalgia, MDs are only able to bring to the table what they're trained in, and what they're trained in has nothing to do with the causative factors of the disease. There is a better way. The better way is what we're here to talk about tonight. It's naturopathic medicine, which is holistic through and through. And holistic medicine argues that, you know what, the human body has the ability to fix itself. The human body is, in fact, endowed with a God-given intelligence. This is an important distinction, because holism argues that there is, in fact, a soul force that's present inside the body, right? Whatever it was that existed before you were born and which will persist after you die, your soul is present in your body right now. And every system of holistic medicine in the world argues that the presence of the spiritual soul force inside the physical body lends to the physical body an innate intelligence. So much so that your body knows how to fix itself. And guess what? Your body wants to fix itself. And so it becomes the job of the holistic physician to deliver treatments to your body which are science-based and clinically verified, treatments which support your body's ability to fix itself. This is the fundamental difference between MD medicine and naturopathic, holistic medicine, Ayurvedic medicine, chiropractic medicine, homeopathic medicine, etc. Holistic medical professionals are trained in the belief that your body has intelligence, that your body knows how to fix itself, and that your body, in fact, wants to fix itself. You know how smart your body is? It grew itself all by itself from a single-celled organism into you. Now, inquiring minds want to know, well, son of a gun, if the body could do that, do you think it knows how to fix itself? Well, yes. We argue yes, resoundingly so. And this is the fundamental distinction, the fundamental difference that you must understand in moving forward. Because your MD may be the nicest person in the world, but they only